Welcome everybody. Sunday morning, Sunday fun day. Come into an easy child's pose. Let your head rest on top of your hands, or have your arms by your side, or even a block under your head, and just let go of all physical tension. And we'll start to move shortly, but first connect to the breath. And start to fill up from the belly, ribs, and chest, and expand side to side, top to bottom. And notice where the breath goes, what happens to your body as you breathe, how much work is happening in your upper back and shoulders that you don't need. So just start to soften and surrender. And let the breath be soft and sweet and free-flowing for a few more rounds right here. And listen to the sound of the breath as you start to engage Ujjayi breath, the breath that closes off somewhat the back of the nose and the throat, or back of the throat really, right? It comes in through the nose. And fill up completely. And take a few more rounds here just to settle in before we start to get a little bit more active. As you enter the next round of breath, begin to lift your head, chest, and walk your hands forward. Spread your fingers and push your heel of your hands out in front of you and push your hips back. So get some length from the total body. Breathe down the sides of the body, from fingertips to the toe tips. And get a little bit more active in the arms. Lift the elbows, the wrists, the forearms. Inhale to lift your head and chest and walk over to the right side. Place your left hand on top of the right. Push the left hip towards the heel. Relax the shoulders down away from the ears. Inhale, lift your head, chest up, and walk over, to the other side. Right hand on top of left, hips to the heels. Breathe all the way down the right side of the body. Stay heavy in your hips. And then inhale, lift up, and walk your hands forward again. Exhale, let it go. Come up to your hands and knees. You can keep your arms a little bit out in front of you. Tuck your toes underneath you, knees under hips. And just arch your back and let the belly drop down. Broaden the collarbones. Exhale, point the toes back, round the back, tuck the tailbone underneath you, let your head hang down. Inhale, tuck the toes, deepen the belly, drop it down, the heart lifts. Exhale, round and curl. Inhale, extend. Exhale, round and curl. And just shift your hips from side to side in the neutral position of your spine. And then take that that side to side and start moving it back and front. So side, back, side, front, into some circles, big or small. And then reverse the circles. Maybe just start again with small movement side to side. And then take it bigger when and if. And then return to the center. Walk your hands underneath your shoulders a little bit more so you're a little bit more balanced. Take your right leg back behind you, tuck the toes underneath you, but line up the heel with the toe, with the toe with the hip, not behind the opposite leg. And then float it off the floor, keep it level. Pull the belly in so that your back is nice and long, and stretch your left arm forward. Engage the back side of the body, take a breath. Empty the breath and tap your hand to your foot as you bend the knee behind you, and then release it. And do that again. Tap, release, and tap. This time hold it if you can reach it. And kick the foot up and away. Press the right hip down. Open up your shoulder, your chest. And then release the arm, release the leg. Take the left hand down and turn onto your left side, facing the right side of the space. Right arm up overhead. Now lift out of your left waistline. And then bend the knee behind you, tap it, and maybe this time just grab a hold of it. And you can kick the heel away from you for a little bit more back bend, or you can kick the heel closer to you for a little bit more quad stretch, or somewhere in the middle, and let's not forget the shoulders are nice and open. Take another breath. Hold on to the ankle. This is tricky, but look down. And then use the hand to help you guide the right foot forward. Tuck your left toes underneath you. And just if you have blocks, have them on either side of your right leg. Climb your fingertips to the blocks or the floor or the shin of the thumb. And then make a little bit of circle motion here. Hi! What are you doing, Graham? You look just like your mommy. And circle the other way. And then come back to a neutral position. Yeah, that's what Adam does. Have fun, E.T. That's going to be an interesting... Luckily, hopefully he doesn't turn it off. All right, breathe in, breathe out. One more breath. Let's try this, shall we? Sit back a little bit further, lift your left heel up, reach your right arm forward, and guess what? Reach for the foot. Maybe, maybe not. Drop your hips down, open up your shoulders and chest. And breathe, rotate the torso. And then just release the foot if you have it. Right arm up and around, and straighten the right leg and fold over. Lift the toes up, pull the right hip back. Inhale, come back up. Stretch the arms overhead. Hang out here for a second. Take the right arm behind your head. Grab a hold of the right elbow. Bring the hand between the two shoulders. So try to reach the fingers down. You can always use a strap or towel. And take your left arm and bring it behind your back. And some of you can touch. I can't. Some of you can touch. You can grab a hold of your shirt or towel, but it's not necessary right now. Just lift up and let your head rest into your right forearm. So a little bit of back bend now. Just keep dropping the left hip forward. One more breath. Nice. Release the arms. Stretch the arms up overhead. Exhale. Place the hands to the floor. Step the right knee back. Sit on your heels for child's pose. And you can keep your arms on the blocks for you if you'd like. It's fine. And then come back to the center on the inhaling breath. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. You can tuck your right toes under to stay a little bit more stable. Take your left leg back behind you, tuck the toes, and you can rock a little bit. And then lift it up level to the hip. Right arm comes forward. Bend the left knee, grab a hold, or tap the foot, and then release it 2 more times. Just tap, release, tap and hold, and lift away. Open up your right chest, shoulder, left hip, breathe, breathe. And then release the arm, release the leg, release the breath. Right arm down, spin over to your left side, left arm up, reach. Lift out of your right side body. Bend your left knee, reach behind you, and kick the foot away. It's fun. Kick it away or kick it in. Line up your knee and heel. Knee and hip. Hold on to your left foot. Coming in for a landing. Turn around and step your left foot forward between the 2 hands. So listen, there's no judgment to how you get there. Make some circles in one direction. And reverse it. Must be so happy to wear warm clothes. And then come back to the center, breathe in, breathe out. Good. Inhale, stretch your arms up overhead. Sure, this is right. Left arm behind you, right arm up. Lean your head into your arm, lift your heart, and then release the arms up overhead. Exhale, I'm going a little out of sequence. Left leg straightens, left toes up, fold over your shin. Pull the left hip back a little bit more. Run through the collarbones, take another breath. And then slowly rebend your front knee. And then again, come upright a little bit. Bend your right leg, take your left hand and grab a hold of it. And then you could stay up here if it satisfies your body. Or, you can do what Lori's doing. Or you can lean a little bit more forward again. Breathe. Inhale. Rotate your toes to the left. Good. And then release the foot, release the hand. Send the left knee back. Child's pose. And then sit up on your heels or block, stretch your arms overhead. Exhale, right arm down, left arm up, back your back, right? So we did this for a moment. And then let's just switch sides. Left arm up, right arm back. Give yourself a pat on the back, but let's do it again. Let's just work a little of that shoulder mobility and open. It's like my new favorite thing to do. Without having to touch your hands or grab your fingers. Let's do one more time. And just give yourself a little bit of that relaxation now. Let it go. Just get a little bit, that shoulder thing going on. Good. Hands back on the floor. Tuck your toes underneath you. Sit back on your heels. Open your knees wide. And just let your arms fall in between the thighs. Let your knees wrap around your triceps. And then pull the belly button deep to the spine as you round your back. Pressing your heels towards the floor. They may or may not touch. So good. And then walk your hands back in. Bring your knees closer together. Lower your heels to the floor. Separate your feet hips width apart. 2 fists in between. Shift your weight a little bit towards the balls of the feet. Hang your head, shake it out, yes or no. Grab opposite elbows and sway side to side. Keep weight evenly distributed, but more towards the ball of your foot than your heel. And then come back to center and just switch the cross of the arms. Let the head hang down. One more breath and hold it to the center as you empty the breath. Straighten the legs as much as you can or want in this position. Release your arms, tuck the chin to the chest, push down firmly through your feet, and ragdoll to stand all the way up. Roll the shoulders back and around. Take your time. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead. Exhale, lean to the right side, side bend. You can bump your hip out. Inhale, come back up. Lean to the left side, bump your hip out. Inhale, come back up. Open up the chest, the arms, the shoulders. And float the arms down by your side as you walk to the top of your mat. Very simple. Now you can have your toes touching, heels slightly out. You can have your feet a little bit wider. Wherever you are comfortable, tuck the tailbone underneath you. Again, broaden the collarbones. Palms face open, so lift the shoulders to your ears. Roll them back and down. And then reverse that. Lift the shoulders to the ears and forward and down. And now stay with the arms pressing down. Inhale, sweep them up. Exhale, forward fold, hands to floor, shins or blocks. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step, step, high plank. Pause in the plank. Shoulders over wrists. Belly is lifted, knees come down. Lower your belly to the floor. Lay down on your belly, thumbs by the first ribs, elbows squeezed by your side, crown of the head is forward, gaze is out in front of you. Inner ankles point towards each other. Lift up your knees, not your feet, and lift your chest into cobra. Well, that's a whole lot of stuff to tell you about just to do a back bend here, right? Empty the breath and come down. So all the same things apply, even if you choose to move your hands a little further back and come up a little bit higher into cobra pose. That was baby cobra, this is cobra. And then again, all things just a little different. We lift up everything except the toenails here. If you want to come into your upward facing dog, squeeze the inner thighs together, inner ankles together. Now roll over the toes, lift the hips, and find your downward facing dog. Bend the knees one at a time and shift your hips from side to side. Inhale, come high up on your toes. Walk your feet closer together. Lift your right leg in the air. Come high up on the toes and really stretch through the right leg. Exhale, bring the knee to the chest. Send it through between your hands. Put your hands on the floor or the blocks. Right thigh parallel to the floor. And here you can rock through the circles and the hips a little bit if you want. Or just hold into some stillness here. Climb up to your fingertips. Right thigh parallel to the floor. And start to come up to standing. Bring the arms down by your side. Bend the back knee. Tuck the tailbone underneath you. Inhale, stretch the arms overhead. Drop your shoulders. Back knee bends a little bit, particularly if you're dumping into your lower back. So you can tuck the tailbone under a little bit more. Right arm behind you, left arm behind, over your head, left arm behind you. Whatever you do here with the arms is fine. You can hold on or not. So feel free to use a strap or towel or just your shirt like I'm doing. And we're going to turn the left foot on its side. We're going to stay facing front for a moment. Breathe. Hinge forward. Point your right elbow forward. Pull your right hip back and your left foot firmly grounded. One more breath. Use the strength of your legs to draw you back up. And now, walk your right foot a little bit to the center. Set up your warrior two legs, but keep your arms as they are and turn your torso to the left. So right arm is up, torso to the left, right leg, left leg remain the same. Yeah. Now lean back. This should feel really nice on your right waistline. Straighten your front leg. And now rebend it. Good. Open up the arms, shoulder height. Gaze to your right hand. Warrior two. Back leg firm. Arms firm. Breathing soft. Steady gaze. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Now inhale, straighten your front leg and turn the toes so they're parallel to the left. Bring your arms behind your back and place your fingers. Lift your chest. Inhale. Soften the knees and forward fold. Head down, arms up. Shake out your head, yes and no. And let go of any tension. Soft bend in the knees. Take another breath here. Empty the breath, release your hands to the floor. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, walk back to the front of your space, low lunge. Inhale, kick your right leg in the air, three-legged. Exhale, four on the floor. Downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your left leg high. Come high on your right toes. Exhale, bring the knee to the chest, look forward, and step your foot through. Use the blocks if you'd like to elevate your chest. And then softly come up, arms overhead. Bend the back knee a little bit or a lot even. Left arm comes behind your head, right arm comes back behind you. Lift your chest. Open up, just get a nice tricep stretch on the left side. Good. Now spin your right foot on its side. Keep the warrior one stance here and hinge forward. Not all the way, but point the elbow forward, pull the left hip back, bend the left knee. Back foot firm. Good. This is in case we did too many triceps the other day, I don't know. Take another breath. Good, now inhale, rise up. Walk your left foot a little bit more to the middle. Turn your torso to the right while the left leg is pointing forward. So warrior two legs. Gomukhasana arms. Dog in the camera. Breathe. Oh, don't get insulted. And then open the arms to a T. Warrior two. I think I straightened before, so let's go ahead and straighten. And then rebend. Pull back with the right arm. Gaze is steady, doesn't matter. You can gaze to the side of the room. You can gaze upward with your eyes. You can gaze forward or back. Just find a steady gaze and steady breath, steady movements. One more breath. empty it out. Inhale, straighten the front leg, turn it to the right side. Exhale, hands behind the back and interlace the other finger on top. Inhale, lift your chest, soften the knees. Exhale, forward fold, head down, arms up. Put a soft bend into the knee, shift your weight towards the balls of your feet, and take another breath here. Release the hands as you empty the breath. Look forward, inhale. Walk around to the front of the room, exhale. And step back to three-legged dog, left leg in the air. 4 paws on the floor. Inhale, rise to the top of tippy toes, look forward, and walk to the top of the mat. Walk, jump, step, whatever you want to do. Keep your blocks nearby, look forward, inhale, and exhale, fold. Good. Rise up to standing, bring the arms with you, bring your hands, exhale into prayer. Put the weight into the left leg and lift the right leg off the floor. Balance. Flex the foot, knee in line with the hip. Now bring the right knee to the left knee without arching your back. So just tuck the tailbone underneath you, kick the heel to the butt, and then without touching the hands to the foot, just reach the arms back. Open up your chest. And then soften the left knee and kick the right leg back into warrior 3. Drop the right hip down. Soften the left knee. Inhale, step all the way back. Warrior 1, arms up. Warrior 2, open right. Reverse the warrior. Straighten the left leg. Inhale, rise up, turn your left foot to the right. Hands behind your head, back. Exhale, inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, soften your knees, forward fold. Inhale, release your hands. Bend your right knee, turn your left toes upward, move your hips back. Some variation of Skandasana. Anywhere with your arms that you'd like. If you sit lower in your Skandasana, it's not happening for my body these days. So if you sit lower and you want to get into that deep stretch, go for it. Binding or not, 1 more breath. Good. If you're in anything else, come back to straight legs facing the right side of the room. Inhale, lengthen, and walk around to the front. Let's just counter the pose. Right hand down, left arm up and open. Just a twist. Breathe in, breathe out. Back leg is firm. 1 more. Empty the breath. Look forward. Come to your feet together on the mat. At the top of the mat, look up. Exhale, fold. Now, same leg. Inhale, lift the right leg up. Bend the right knee. Kick the heel to the sky. Level out your hips as best you can so the blocks may be what you need to do that. Any height. And then slowly bring the knee to the chest, rounding curl. Feet to the floor, forward fold, exhale. Press down, rise up, arms up. Exhale, prayer to the heart. Arms by your side. Good. Inhale, shift your weight to your right leg, lift your left leg up. Bring your hands in prayer. Knee in line with the hip, flex the foot. Good. Now bring the knee by the knee, keep the tailbone tucked underneath you. So tuck that under and squeeze your glutes. And then bring the hands where you'd like them. Oh no, we want to reach back actually. And soften the right leg and stretch the left leg behind you for warrior 3. Breathe. Drop the left hip down. Soften the right leg. Take a nice healthy step back and stretch the arms overhead for warrior 1. Back foot turns to 10 o'clock on a clock in front of you. Front leg, thigh parallel to the floor or close to it. Inhale, open to warrior 2. Adjust your footing. Exhale. Inhale, reverse, and straighten the right leg. Turn the right foot to the left. Bring the arms out to a T. Exhale, take the other clasp with the fingers. Inhale, lift your heart. Soften the knees, forward fold, let it go. Head hangs down, shake it out. Inhale, release the hands to the floor, look up. Bend your left knee, right toes come up. Any variation of this pose, any variation of the arms, any variation of the legs that feels, again, supportive for you. One more breath. Inhale, come back to two legs being straight, fold in the middle, wide-legged fold, Prasarita Padottanasana. Inhale, lengthen, walk around to the front. Left arm stays down, right arm goes up, twist. Take a breath, find all sides going longer. And then empty the breath, hands down. Step your left foot to your right foot, look forward, inhale. Maybe bring the blocks to your hands underneath your shoulders. Put the weight back in the right leg. Kick the left leg back up behind you, square the hips. Breathe. And then bring the knee to the chest, round curl, feet on the floor. Inhale, lengthen, press down, rise up. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Arms by your side, mountain pose. Okay. Inhale, keep your arms down by your side. Bend your right knee. Exhale, kick it back behind you. Take your right hand, grab the ankle. Take your left hand, grab the ankle. Maybe, maybe not. And then begin to kick your foot back. Hinge forward. Kick out of the hip. Open up the chest and shoulders. Breathe in under the chin mark. Yeah. Now, because they're like, well, you know what, we're going to take this down. All right, so come on down. We'll do this again. And stand tall in mountain. Put the weight in your right leg, lift your left heel up. Pick up the left foot with your, or kick it back behind you. Pick up the left foot with the left hand and maybe the right hand as well. So you don't have to go far. All I want you to do is stand up as straight as you can and kick the foot into the hand without overarching either lower or upper back. Right? Just feel a nice quad stretch here. Nice shoulder chest opener. Kick it back a little harder. And then let it go slowly. Separate your feet and just fold over. Grab your big toes with your fingers, 2 fingers underneath, thumb between the fingers and the foot. Look forward, inhale. Exhale, pull the elbows out to the side, head to the shins. Weight towards the balls of your feet. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Hands to your hips, come up to standing. Good. Organize. Mountain pose, Tadasana. Put the weight into your left leg, lift your right heel. Pick up your right foot with your right hand. Now, you can do either hand grip here because you'll see where we're going. So, either hand grip for your right foot. Stretch your left arm up and kick the foot behind you. Kick, kick, kick. Now, ideally to keep the knee behind the hip or in line with the hip. So far looking good. Grab a block if you need to. It will be coming in front of you when we get there. So I should have told you that earlier, but we're going to start to come down. Then, perhaps you put your hand on the block. Keep your hip a little bit more square for the next breath. And as you empty that breath, we're going to turn it on its side. Yeah. So you're in half moon bound and perhaps supported with your hand under your shoulder. Kick your foot into your hand. We did all this on our knees. Now, take your time, have patience, because yoga is a practice of patience, right? Release the foot slowly, release the arm over the shoulder. Half moon pose, traditional. Breathe in, breathe out. Good, one more breath, go big in all directions. Exhale, lower the right hand. Bring the right knee to your chest, round and curl. Kick the leg back, level to the floor. Hips are squared, right hand on a block in front of you. Left hand to your hip. Try to straighten into the left leg, rotate your torso to the left, right arm comes up, and we open up into revolved half moon pose. Not my favorite pose by any stretch, which is why we have to do it. So go bigger again in all directions. Left leg is firm. Empty the breath, lower the left hand down. Right knee behind left. Have a seat on the floor. Move your right foot out to the side a little bit. Adjust your blocks. So if this doesn't work in your body, straighten the bottom leg. Hands around your shins, lift yourself up. The longer, the more you hold on, the longer you can get your spine. And then stretch the right arm up. Choose to continue to hold on. Twist outside. Left arm goes behind you towards the right hip. Inhale for length. Exhale for the depth of the twist. Breathe in. And breathe out. One more breath. Okay, come back to center. Return to the outside of the leg, so just do a counter twist again. Inhale, come back to the center. Move your left foot forward, come onto your hands and your right leg, and then kick your right leg in the air for any variation of the standing split. And for those of you at home, if anybody takes this into a handstand, you're more than welcome to go there. Fold over your left leg. Breathe in, breathe out. Yep, kick the right leg high. Take 2 more breaths. As you empty the breath, fold over your legs on the floor and let go. Now, put one block in the center of your mat. If you don't have a block, something else. Roll up through your spine. So I should have told you that on the other side, but now we know. All right. Stand tall. Right leg firm in the floor. Bend your left knee. You're going to grab your left foot with your right hand. You can take your hand on the inside. You'll just have to adjust it later. Or hand on the outside today. And then stretch your right arm up. Kick your foot into your hand. Now this will turn into a little bit more of a back bend. So a little bit more extended hip, knee, chest, everywhere. Start to kick. Start to kick. Start to kick. Now you can stay there. You can also try to get your hand to the floor of the block that's underneath your right shoulder. Oh, Lauren, you don't have a block. Okay, cool. You're doing great. All right. So, keep a hold of this foot. Oh my gosh, I'm falling all over the place, you guys. And then begin to turn to your left side and open out. Line up the knee and the hip. We did this on the floor, on our knees. Stay with that. If you can lift your eye gaze up, take your time and try it. Good. If you can't reach your foot, that's okay. But now turn your hip on its side, E.T. So get the left hip over the right. It's just a spin in the hips, not the torso. So much, right? The arm's gonna hold on to it. Now slowly, with patience, let go of the foot, left leg out, left arm up. Breathe in, breathe out. Push firmly through your right foot. And exhale, fold over your right leg. Put your left hand on the block. Take your right arm up and open to the right side. Line up heel to head. So the leg is long, it's not kicking too high in the sky. Flex the foot, make it strong. Energize the leg, Michelle. Kick that leg a little straighter. That's the one in the air. Take a breath. Empty the breath, release the hands. Bend the right knee and bring the left knee behind the right ankle. Adjust the bottom leg so that you're not sitting on your foot. If your right toes don't press down to the floor, move them more forward, and if you need to straighten the bottom leg, by all means straighten it. Hold onto your shins, inhale high. Oh, thank you. Exhale, pull the hip down, pull the leg closer, so lengthen the spine. And then take the right arm behind you to the left side. Inhale, stretch the left arm up, hug, twist or bind to the outside. Inhale. And exhale. We're setting up for babies. Inhale, come back to center and go to the other side. The noises that you might hear. Inhale, return to center. Right foot in the center. Hands assist you into lifting up into a standing split. Left leg high in the sky, chest towards the thighs. Feet together on the floor. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Press down, rise up, arms up. And exhale, bring prayer to the heart center. Inhale, stretch your arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step to plank. Shift your shoulders over your wrists. Move on to your right hand. Right knee can come down. Left arm, left leg. Long. Option to stay there. Here's an option. Grab a hold of the ankle and kick the heel to the buttocks. It's just an option. It's just a thought. Good count. Yeah. You can have the knee on the floor. Take another breath and listen, whether your knee's down or not. If you're holding onto the foot, take the foot behind you. If you're not holding on the foot, take the foot behind you and lift up into wild thing. Lift your heart, lift your hips. Inhale, return to your hands on the floor. Shift forward, drop your hips. Just without taking the chaturanga. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, back to high plank. Exhale, turn onto your left side. Knee down or not. Right arm up or not. And then if you want to play, maybe lift your right leg up, grab the ankle, pull the heel behind you, and then maybe step it back into the wild thing. Try it. You might like it. And then release it back to plank. Shift forward. Lower your hips. Lower your knees this time. Lift your chest all the way up. And then push your hips to your heels for child's pose. Hips all the way back. Inhale, come on forward. And exhale, lay on your belly. Actually, come to your forearms. Elbows under shoulders. Feet are back, hips width apart. Pull your heart through Sphinx pose. Yeah, adjust your cameras if you need to get down there a little bit more. And then bend your right knee, kick your heel to your butt. Drop your right hip parallel to the floor. Lower it down. Same thing left side. Exhale. And look, you can move towards it. When you do this, think about the leg that's bent, keeping that hip level to the floor. And then come back down. Inhale, kick the right leg in the air. Take your right hand and grab the foot, any direction, but push the right hip back to the floor. Kick the foot away. Keep the thigh on the floor. Slowly release it, patience. Exhale, bend the left knee. Grab a hold of the foot. Pull the left hip down to the floor. Kick your foot into your hands. Breathe. And then release. Come down to the floor. Head on the arms, toes turn in and shift your hips from side to side. Turn your toes forward, hips forward. Keep your chest down, bring your arms down by your side, forehead down. Bend one knee, then the other. Reach for one ankle, then the other, and if you don't hold on, just reach towards it. Push your pubic bone down, lift your chest up, kick your feet back, and then perhaps lift the legs up. Broaden through the collarbone, squeeze the knees together, lift your chest. Take a big breath, listen. We're gonna roll to the right side, so you're gonna need a little bit of momentum. Roll over to the right side. Pull your heels away. It's just a little, maybe it's not fun. A little fun thing to do. Inhale through center. Exhale, take that momentum to the other side. Yeah, you wait all class to just roll like a baby. And then come on back to center. Inhale, lift a little higher into your bow pose. Kick higher, higher, higher. And then lower, lower, lower. Hands by your chest. Child's pose. Arms by your side. Few breaths. Slowly roll up. Move your legs off to one side. Spin it around to the front. Then take the hydration here. Take the soles of your, you know what, if you have a block, put the block a long way between the soles of your feet. Or if you're feeling kind of really open, put your feet on top of the block. The feet don't have to touch. So if you're holding the block between your 2 feet, they're obviously not touching, they're touching the block. If you want to bring your feet up on top, just keep the feet slightly apart. And then take your hands to the inside of your calves and fold over. If you have another block and your head can reach, you can let your head rest on the block. If your feet are down, it would be easier to rest on the block. And just stay here for a couple breaths. Relax the shoulders, relax the neck. Pull the belly in, let everything go. Two more breaths. Relax the arms. Inhale, lift your chest. Move every block off to the side. If your feet are on the block, take your feet off. If your feet are around the block, move the feet and the block away. Line up the heels with the sitting bones. Lean back and just rock your knees from side to side. Come on back to the center. Line up the heels with the sitting bones, hands underneath the thighs. Big breath in. Tuck the chin into the chest and roll down. Gotta get some. Until your back is on the floor. Walk your feet a little bit closer. Take your block if you have it. Low side. Inhale, tilt your pelvis, lift your hips. Throw the block underneath your sacrum and let your body weight just surrender onto the block. Inhale, stretch your right leg in the air. Flex point, roll the ankle. Exhale, stretch your left leg out in front of you. Without holding onto your right leg, pull it towards your face. Without holding on, left leg goes longer. So keep pulling your right leg towards your face, left leg out in front of you. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Inhale, slowly bring your left leg to meet your right leg. And lower your right leg as you exhale to the floor. Draw your left leg back towards your face without your hands. Breathe in. Notice how much muscular action you have to use here. And empty it out. So keep pulling your left leg towards your face, right leg out in front of you. Good, now inhale, stretch your right leg to meet your left leg, or up over your hips. Push your feet a little bit further away from your face than you think, because mostly we tend to bring it towards our face and then the hips lift up. Belly in, ribs down, arms by your side. Inhale. And as you empty the breath, exhale, lower one leg at a time to the floor and stretch it out in front of you. If it feels okay for your body, arms can come up over your head. So you're getting a big, long stretch. Try not to squeeze the glutes. Try to let your body just surrender onto the mat. Oh, Lord, your camera's doing that thing where it moves around now. Interesting. Let your hips relax down on the block. Good, take another breath. And as you empty it, bend your knees. Release your arms. Inhale, lift your hips up. Articulate your spine down, one vertebrae at a time. And then exhale, draw your knees up to your chest. Right hand on right knee, left hand on left knee, and just make big opposing circles through the hips. Reverse that. Come on back to the center. Put your feet on the floor, right leg over the left leg, move your hips to the right, and let your knees fall over to the left side. Left hand on the outside of the right thigh, right arm up over your head. Inhale, return the arms to a T, open up your legs and come back to center. Exhale, feet on the floor. Inhale, left leg over right, move your hips left. Exhale, move your knees right. And then anything you did with your arms. Good. Uncross the legs, arms up to the feet. Exhale, knees to your chest. Really nice tight hug of your knees into your chest. Keep the right knee, lower the left. Keep it off the floor about an inch, a foot, I don't know. I'm not really good with length. Right leg in the air, head and shoulders up. Release your hands, breathe in. Length more than an inch off the floor. Exhale, pull the right leg into the chest, lower down, lower the left leg. And switch, left knee in, right leg out, just a few moments off the floor. Inhale, stretch your left leg up, lift your head and shoulders, release your arms, reach long in all directions. And then lower the right leg, bring the left knee to the chest, bring both knees back to the chest. Rock on your spine. Place your feet to the floor. Tilt your pelvis, lift your hips, arms come back over your head. Bridge pose, moving bridge. Big toes pressing down, lift the hips higher. Inhale, go long in all directions, and exhale, articulate down. Arms come by your side, turn the knees towards each other. We'll do one more bridge, wheel, whatever you'd like to do, support it again on the block. Turn your heels in line with your sitting bones, toes forward. Inhale, tilt your pelvis, come up into your bridge. If you'd like to take a wheel, hands come by your shoulders. Elbows come squeezing in closer. Lightly to the top of your head first, then pull yourself up and arch your big, beautiful back. We did a lot of back bending, heart opening today. So you should be ready for that big pose. And if you're taking it, start to make your way down, and everybody come back, knees to chest. And one more spinal twist to one side. Back to center to the other side. And back to center, hug your knees to your chest. And let your legs come down in front of you. Let your arms come down to the side of you. And start to just measure your way into your final pose of a yoga class, where we completely surrender our physical bodies and our mental bodies to the earth. Let it absorb and support you. And just notice if you have any points of tension through your body that remain, and direct the breath into those spaces to let go. Shavasana.
And for those at home, stay strong, stay fit, stay healthy. Happy holidays.